Hi VC, did you enjoy my new title sequence? I always swore that I would never have a title sequence, but then for some reason I suddenly decided to make one. Anyway, I thought I'd give you all a little break from looking at my face, and I just thought I'd show you the new records which I have bought in 2016, kind of like just like a little roundup really. Now, new, I don't mean records released in 2016, because as anyone who has watched my contest entry to Stavros's competition will know, I bought no records released in 2016, but what I did do was buy a load of just new records. Sorry, backtrack. I bought no records that were made in 2016, but I have bought some records that were released in 2016. So let's just go through and I'll show you what those records are. I have shown some of these before. The first one is the reissue of On the Beach, which came out this year. Rather scrumptious, one of Neil's finest. The Sleaford Mods, squalid, kind of messed up hip-hop, for want of a better word, from Lincolnshire. It was Tom High-Rant District who turned me on to that. A Grail for me. Television, Marquee Moon, that was 180 gram. Reissue, Rhino. I bought a couple of Queen reissues. I didn't buy the box set, it's far too expensive, but I got the Game. Bit of lens flare on there from 1980, and News of the World from 1977. Then I got a couple of Pink Floyd reissues, Saucerful of Secrets, the second album, and also Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Just so you know, the dog is with me here today. Hello, Rosy. Hello, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? She's a good girl today, aren't you? Yes, sort of. Yeah, Pink Floyd, Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, first album. This was a birthday present. Nuggets, original artifacts from the first psychedelic era. Wonderful stuff. I'm going to do a special feature on that at some point. Nectar and Remember the Future, classic prog. Dirty Projectors and Swing Low Magellan. This is an album that came out probably about 3 or 4 years ago now. Great band. Edgy, kind of indie, guitar-based music, but quite kind of arty. Dirty Projectors. Mingus rather a nice reissue. There's the big guy. Miles Davis Kind of Blue. This came with a magazine. There was a series of magazines came out this year, and they were giving away. Well, not giving away. I mean, the magazines cost about £10, but with each issue you got a jazz album, and this was the only one I got. But it sounds good. This was a recommendation from Martin Spinett Tweaks. This is Flying Lotus. This is kind of glitchy electronic stuff. I actually quite like it, but my family can't bear it. I put it on and my partner actually asked me to turn it off. Yeah, so I have to play it when people are out of the house. But great cover art. Picked up a Back to Black reissue of Eel's Beautiful Freak, which is rather fine. One of my favourite albums from the 90s, kind of paranoid American suburban indie music. A couple of Dr. John reissues, Gumbo, which is one of his most sort of New Orleansy records really. Might be an Alan Toussaint one, that. And his trippy kind of witch doctor one, his voodoo one, Dr. John the Night Tripper. I'm sure you've all seen this. Produced by Harold Baptiste, Atco, so that's a nice reissue as well. 5 Leaves Left, which was a Back to Black reissue, Nick Drake, which is so far the only Nick Drake album I have on vinyl. I have his albums on CD. I just happened to see that one, so I picked it up. This is probably the best sounding record I bought this year. It may even be the best sounding record in my whole collection. I did make a video about it a while back. It's the Rhino reissue, just absolutely fantastic. Love Supreme, John Coltrane. Yeah, Do I need to say anything about that right now? Probably not. Very nice indeed. Can Soon Over Babaluma. I bought that on the strength of some of the Gimme 10s that I saw. Not their most well-known album, but quite a fine one. Side 2 in particular is very spacey, very good. Now, if you want to know about this guy, James Carr, go and watch my video. It's part of my From the Collection series, and it's the Soul edition. Deep soul artists from back in the day, tragic life, but an incredible voice and some brilliant musicianship on this album. You've Got My Mind Messed Up. It's a compilation. Picked up this Boards of Canada album. This is originally released in the 1990s. Kind of strange, nostalgic, electronic music. It kind of evokes past times. Really, really strange cover. Look at that. I could have entered that in Diana's competition. Yeah, a really, really good album, that. A Grail for me, Big Start. Now, this looks like it's in the shrink still. It actually is in the shrink. I have opened it and played it, and I've put it in a bag. Oh, no, I've not put it in a bag, but it is actually open, but I've just kept the shrink on for some reason. So anyway, Big Start. Need to do a video about them at some point. Great band, great album. They deserved far more success than they ever got, but that's one of the finest debut albums of all time. And we'll finish with The Madcap Laughs by Syd Barrett, classic English stoned whimsy. That's him crouching on the floor of his of the apartment that he used to live in London, and oh, a bit of nudity there, and yeah. So that concludes this video. Records picked up, new records picked up in 2016, and I'll be back with you very soon for a special Christmas video. So watch this space. Bye, Rosie. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.